fight night. We got Derrick Lewis versus Tallison Teixeira this Saturday, tomorrow, by the time this video is going to come out. Looking forward to it. Kind of okay card. Kind of better than next week's card. Let's just hop into it. I just want to fucking get this shit rolling. I'm excited for it, though. It's going to be, I love watching Derrick Lewis do his shit, though. We have Fatima Kline versus Melissa Martinez. It's kind of a coin toss of a fight. I'm going with Kline by decision. The main thing I noticed in this was I liked Martinez's striking a little bit more than Kline, but I thought Kline in her last fight showed a bit more well-roundedness, either in her last fight or her last win, either way. She showed a lot more well-roundedness, so I'm a lot more confident in her being able to switch things up when things are going against her. If her striking's not really paying off the way she wants it to, I'm just very confident she's going to push her to the cage, and it's going to be a very long exchange of just grabbing, trying to find a submission that's not going to be there. But I mean, Kline has just the better odds to find that and find that submission and just be in those more dominating positions. So I'm just going to be picking her by decision. Real quick and easy on that one. Mitch Ramirez versus Mike Davis. Cool. I like Mike Davis in this fight. He seemed way more deadly in his past couple fights than Rich Ramirez. And I gotta say, man, I just have no faith in Mitch here. He hasn't fought since getting KO'd in early 2024. My God, man. That loss was very much due to getting his leg demolished by Thiago Moises. And I just don't see him changing a lot since then, especially with the lack of any fights in between. I think this is perfect for Mike Davis to go out there and just get make it a dogfight. Make it ugly, make it nasty. Mitch, I don't think is going to respond well to that by the first round. If it's a dogfight by the first round, Mike could just take it easily. I'm going to go decision, though. I think that they're both going to be hesitant enough. Not even as a respect thing, more as in just like they just want to defend themselves and not get another loss on the record. So they might be pulling back a little bit more on this fight. So I'm anticipating it to be a dogfight by the third round, but for it to end with a decision for Mike. Mike Davis, decision. Yay. 2 in a row. Yay, 2 decisions. Moving on. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Walter Walker. I like Walter Walker. Last I saw him, his last 2 outings actually were by leg locks that he fucking found in the first round, I think. Fantastic. I really enjoy watching his fights. Fun personality. Every time he's on a podcast, dude is fucking hilarious every single time. I'm not going to remember what he said right now, but every time I saw him on a podcast, cracked me up, got me fucking, I don't know, just got me laughing. Kennedy, I'm picking him still. I just think that Kennedy, they are fairly similar in that their skills, I don't think, are going to be able to go past the top 5, but I see Kennedy having a great chance of knocking him out in the first round. It's just that Walter did get knocked around a bit by Junior Tafa in his last fight, and it then fell to the ground, and it was a good battle to get that. He pulled it off pretty quickly. I think he could do the same against Kennedy in the first round, but I like Kennedy striking a lot more and think he's just going to be pressing it on. Even if he's going to be in a really uncomfortable position against the cage, I think Kennedy's going to find a way to make the space and knock his ass out. It sucks. We might get a Walker family KO series where we just follow their fucking strained knockout routines. I'm picking Kennedy. I'm not going to try his last time again. By first round KO. This fight is going to be a very interesting one to see. So look forward to that one. So we got Lauren Murphy versus Eduardo Moura. Murphy hasn't fought in what, like 2 years? It's insane. It's way too long of a time to not go with a fight, like to go without a fight. I don't like that for her at all. It's impressive though that she did lose to really big names, but again, I just don't like the lack of activity. I think that's going to go so against her against Eduarda, who just been coming off of a win. I don't think a lack of activity is going to be paying off well against Eduarda, who's been active this whole time. She's recently coming off a win in November against Machado Veronica Hardy at the time. And while it wasn't the most like bombastic affair where there was amazing, beautiful striking, this, that, or the other, but I just liked Eduarda. I liked her. She was a good fighter. I liked her fighting style. It seems solid. It seems like she's hungry enough. She's patient though. Again, not going to make me jump out of my seat, but I'm going to watch this fight with anticipation. I'm looking forward to this bout. I think if Lauren Murphy shows up, she's going to make it a very fun fight to watch. That's going to be pretty memorable. Hopefully, this is not memorable in the worst way possible, but I'm hopeful that Eduardo just finds that this makes it a tough battle, stays ahead all 3 rounds, and just gets that decision victory. She really, really, really should have a great chance to do that. But again, I think if I'm going to be upset by my picks, maybe Lauren Murphy could do it. I'm not going to be upset by that, though. I'm not going to be upset. Let's go. Let's fucking see that shit, man. Let's go. We have Jake Matthews versus Chidi Njokuani. Bro, I'm picking Chidi here. But it's, man. I want to say it's going to be a fantastic fight. However, the thing is for both of these fighters is that they do have a tendency to sometimes just not show up. So I worry that this won't be a good fight because if either one of them doesn't show up, it's just going to be over pretty quickly, or it's going to be just so obvious who's winning the fight. It's not going to be competitive at all. But if neither one shows up, it's going to be a horrible night of boredom between both of them, eating couple nasty shots and then fearing from one another, or just ending up in some sort of weird grappling exchange where no one gets anything done. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think both are going to show up with a game, especially both of them coming off of a win. Chidi, I think, is going to be a bit hesitant, but Jake a lot more. I just don't see Jake keeping up a good face after he gets cracked by a couple of Chidi's leg kicks, really. Once he gets hit by fucking 5 leg kicks by Chidi, Jake Matthews is going to have a rough time. Jake Matthews is going to really try to push the pace at a certain point and get Chidi on the back foot. I don't think that's going to work out well for him in the slightest. If he does that, I'm worried that a counter shot's going to come his way. Or Chidi just follows the flow and breaks it up when he wants. He steps to the side when Jake goes in, and now Jake's on the back of the cage. Like, his back's on the cage. I'm gonna wrap this up though. Chidi, I'm going with a decision. I think that while they are both going to show up and make it a good fight, I don't think that Jake Matthews is an easy guy to knock out like that or submit. So Chidi by decision. He's gonna struggle. It's gonna be a fight. It's probably gonna be 1-1 in the end. Maybe even a split decision. I'm excited to see it though. Yeah, either one wins, I'm happy because both are exciting. Let's fucking either one that loses, I'm going to be watching their next fight no matter what. So, yeah. Max Griffin versus Chris Curtis. I'm not speaking on this for personal reasons, but I am picking Chris Curtis. I think that's all I should say to be smart. Junior Tafa versus Tuco Tocas or Tokkos. Now, Tuco is 0-2. I don't care for, but yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think Tuco's that great, but I just don't like Junior Tafa. I don't like Junior Tafa. His last 2 fights were just one. He didn't excite me at all, even though he did drop Walter a little bit. He has okay striking. His striking is not ideal to me, but I do respect that it looks like, from what he's posting online and everything, it looks like he's really taking the criticism to heart and he's fucking going 100% right now. I think we're probably going to see the best junior we've seen. To me, in my brain, I see that, and I am totally expecting for him to get hyped up, a lot of excitement to be built around him, a lot of hype and anticipation that he is going to be able to knock out Tuco. But then Tuco is going to just he's going to snuff that fucking candlelight out. You know what I mean? He's just going to stop all that heat. It sucks, especially because I would like to like Junior Tafa, because, I mean, the Tafas apparently are kind of fun. But I don't see Tuco just letting him get dog walked like that. It's, especially not after the losses he's just coming off of, where he did get fucking walloped. I'm expecting Tuco to come out a lot hungrier. So I'm picking Tuco, and I'm kind of just going round 1 sub for fun. Who knows here? I know, but I'm going with it. Let's see what happens. Just play a little bit. Let's just see what happens. We got Vitor Petrino versus Austin Lane. Yeah, I don't like Austin Lane. He does not. It surprises me if he is able to get a win at all, most of the time. And Vitor Petrino, I really, really think he was so close to winning, I think, his last 2 fights. But it just, he fucked up There was a single moment in the fight where everything changed, and it sucks that it happened back to back for him. But it is what it is, man. Like, you got to take those licks and keep moving forward. And I think he's skilled and strong, fierce, fucking deadly enough that he can bounce back. And he's just got to be a little bit more careful moving forward. Just be more careful, play a little smarter, take your time, and get Austin Lane out of there by the third. You don't got to rush it. Don't kill him right away. Take a slow first round, maybe even give it up. And then just fucking turn that shit on 2 and 3. Because they are not going to be able to handle you at 2 and 3 with full power and energy. I do not see them handling that. So that's what I got to say about that. Vitor Petrino. Fucking round 3 KO. That's what I'm going to say. Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Charriere. I'm picking Morgan here. I'm picking Morgan. I think that Nate is great. I think that he's durable. He's obviously durable. I don't think he's been knocked out. He's been TKO'd, but he's been eating some nasty shots his whole career. And that's actually perfect against Morgan, because Morgan is going to throw some heavy shots that could knock out a lot of people, but I don't think that's going to be the case for Nate. I think that Morgan is going to excel because of his skills, movement, and speed. And Nate is going to make it a dogfight, but I think Morgan's kind of used to that by now. His last fight, he was getting beat up pretty fucking bad. And I can only assume he's coming back pretty angry and ready to switch up his style a little bit to make sure he's back on track like he was before his last loss. I am going to be going with round 2 sub. It could be a round 1, though. I could see round 1, but I think I just respect Nate too much that I really don't expect round 1. I'm going to say round 2 for sure, but I'm not shying away from the possibility that round 1 is the sub time for it to happen and shit. So yeah, Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. Man, I tell you, I really wanted to go for Calvin Kattar here. Cannot. I'm going Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia is just coming off of, I think, like 5 first-round finishes. Calvin Kattar probably isn't going to get knocked out, but he's going to get finished. Sadly, his boxing has never really been... He's been great. Obviously, he went to war with fucking Max Holloway, but he gets hit so much. He gets hit more than he hits, I think. I don't know the stats on that. Maybe it's just from what I've seen, but he just doesn't adapt. He doesn't switch his rhythm. He doesn't change the game plan halfway if it's not working. I think Steve Garcia is going to adapt everywhere, be strong in all areas, but he's going to have the hardest time striking, so he's going to want to just defeat Calvin against the cage. Get him against the cage, get him on the ground early, and just make him look like he's going to die and win the fight with a doctor stoppage or a ref stoppage. I think that's the trick. You can't really defeat Kattar with a TKO like that, but you need to make it look like he has nowhere to go and that he's only going to be punished for the next 2 minutes of the round or whatever. Picking Garcia to go with I was bold in these notes, and I'm going to stick by that. I said Steve Garcia by round 1 KO. So let's see that happen, I guess. Let's go for it. Stephen Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. I know everyone's going to get Bonfim, but I am picking Wonder Boy. I'm picking Stephen Thompson. I think this is more me here. I think Bonfim is hungry. I think he's a young prospect. Not young. He is a rising prospect who has power, skill, technique, submissions. He is going to be very difficult for Stephen Wonderboy to control. I think it's going to end up a bit more like a Shavkat situation where Wonderboy is just going to be out grappled. And even though he's going to get a lot of nice shots off, the dogfight that Bonfim is going to bring is going to outdog Wonderboy. It sucks. And honestly, it's a lot due to age. I think it's a lot due to that. I think just Wonderboy can't take the shots like he used to, and he can't deal out the damage like he used to. That is to say, though, I said all that, and I got myself sad. But honestly, I say all that, I know all that. I don't doubt Wonderboy here. Something about it where I know he's 42, 43, but I think he knows he only has so much time left. So this is where we need to see the best version of Wonderboy that can possibly show up, even though it's against an unranked fighter. It needs to be the best version of Wonderboy that knows this is it. This is kill or be killed, because if he loses this fight, I think he's going to retire. I can't go against Wonderboy here because I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can accept that kind of reality like that. I think that Wonderboy is, I don't think he can ac gonna make it a boring fight for it. I think that Wonder Boy is gonna keep the distance. Maybe Bonfim's gonna rush him, but Wonder Boy's pretty okay at handling the rush. Obviously, Joaquin Buckley got his ass, but at large, Wonder Boy was really managing Joaquin for that fight. I think if he does something similar to that for Bonfim and is just more corrective with his evasive maneuvers, he can fucking just ride it out and find that decision victory. I don't like that that is what he's going to have to do to get the win and stay in the fucking organization and stay a fighter, but it feels like that's what he has to do now. With his back against the wall and his fucking 1 foot out the door, he needs to do something to just stay in. So I'm expecting Wonder Boy to make it a very slow fight, bring all the energy down from Bonfim, and just make it a slow, what does he do? Karate, a slow karate fight, you know? Going Wonder Boy here, winning the decision. I might look like a fool come Sunday morning, but I'm rocking with Wonder Boy. I can't go against him. I can't. I'm sorry. I just cannot. We have Derrick Lewis versus Tallison Teixeira, man. I'm picking Tallison. I'm picking Tallison, guys. It's not like a want. It's not that I like Tallison. It's not that I don't like Derrick Lewis. But fuck, man, Derrick Lewis, that his last fight was pretty bad against Nascimento. Man, I don't know, man, that was pretty bad. It was a heavy amount of grappling from Derrick Lewis. Didn't really go anywhere. Barely any striking, but as soon as he actually got some striking going, boom, knockout. So if that's how he wanted to play it and that was his game plan, I'm happy that it worked out and that he got the victory. But to me, it shows that that's the way he needed to win, where Tallison can win on the feet just by striking. I don't know. I don't think Derrick Lewis is going to have much of a good time striking, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get the grappling going the way he wants against Tallison. I think his chances are the best on the ground. I think if he's going to finish him, it's going to be with Tallison's back on the ground and Derrick on top throwing fucking those weird-ass overhand things he does. But in my brain and what I see from Tallison, I don't see him really being held down for too long by Derrick. Tallison's young, strong as fuck. Have you seen him? He's strong as hell. He's going to be able to get up more often than not against Derrick Lewis. I say that now, but that's where Derrick Lewis can show me his levels. If he's really that good on the ground that he's able to hold Tallison Teixeira, it's over for Tallison. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that Teixeira is going to box Derrick Lewis's head off, and he's going to find it round one. That I don't even want to say it over again, so I'm almost going to keep it at that. But I'll say it one last time. Tallison Teixeira with a round one KO on Derrick Lewis. I hate it. I hate it. You got to root for Derrick Lewis here. I'm rooting for Derrick Lewis. I'm going to be fucking elated if he wins because he is going to be fighting upwards again. But damn, is it a wall in front of him? Maybe Derrick, keep supporting, do what you can, like, subscribe, do those things. All right, peace out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.